Hi folks, this is video 144. The title is The Third of Three Airports. Traveling west from Fleetville on Pennsylvania 107 for about a mile and a half or so, you come to the Lakeland Golf Course on the right and Seamans Road on the left. Of course, you will turn left on the Seamans Road and travel about the same distance. Windsock Lane will be on your right. This is the entrance to Seamans Airport. Although the locals still call it Seamans Airport, the name was changed when it changed hands, I think back in 2001. It is now Endless Mountains Air. A little history. Seamans Airport has been in operation for over 75 years. Built by Bob Seamans in 1937. The airport has grown from a small grass strip to a full-service airfield. Bob Seamans is a good friend of my dad's. He had a cottage not too far from my grandfather's at Lake Sheridan in the summertime. My friend Fred Yagi and I used to hang out with his daughters when we weren't doing something else. For me, it was baling hay. Yeah, we go on canoe rides around the lake and go on picnics, go to the pavilion, dance once in a while. We had a good time. That was back in our mid-teens. In 2001, the field changed hands and is now owned and operated by Endless Mountain Air Incorporated. Some of the things available at the airport today: a smooth 2,500 by 50 foot paved runway with clear approaches, a GPS RNAV instrument approach, 24/7 self-serve fuel service, available tie-downs, assortment of available T-hangers, an active flight school with experienced and dedicated instructors and well-maintained rental aircraft, an airport-based medevac service, the Pilots Club, EAA Chapter 1458, also known as Endless Mountains Pilots, an aircraft upholstery shop, an aircraft machine shop, a large available to rent maintenance hangar, and a growing residential fly-in community at the adjoining Skyline Estates. The organization that owns the airport now purchased land west of the airport that extends all the way to Lake Sheridan. There are 46 lots on 155 acres. 31 of the lots have the capability of taxiing your plane right to your house. Along Route 107, there are lot signs that include lakefront on the south end of Lake Sheridan. It's been about 50 years since I did a small amount of work on this airstrip. The school got a contract to extend the runway. I think it was around 500 feet or more. I really don't remember exactly. I just remember what the guys asked me to do when I stopped in to say hello, if there was something I could do to help. Phil Hameza, the training director and foreman, said, "Sure, Don, how about doing some ripping?" I knew immediately I was going to have some fun. We only had one ripper tooth. I think Tony Cavish designed and welded it up. None of the bulldozers had rear hydraulics, so this homemade ripper was mounted on the blade of the D9. The blade was cable controlled on the old D9. Once the ripper started to gauge the ground, you just carefully played out more cable and the ripper dug down at least 2 feet. The runway extension was on the south end and elevated some. The elevation needed to be loosened so the scrapers and dozers could bring it close to grade. Using the ripper made filling the scraper bowls a lot easier and therefore faster. I guess I ran the ripper for about 3 or 4 hours, ripping forward, raised the 12-foot wide C blade. The outer sections of the blade were angled forward some when pushing dirt. This blade shape allowed for a maximum load to be moved without a lot of loss off the sides. I wasn't pushing, just ripping. I would then back up and shift over a couple feet and start forward while doing a controlled lowering of the ripper and making another pass. The area I ripped up was about 100 yards long and maybe 50 to 70 yards wide. The 60-ton D9 did a fine job. The tracks on the 9 were about shin high on me. It took more than one step to get to that seat, but it was pretty easy to operate. I would love to get a chance to operate one of today's D10s or D11s. I'm not sure if a D12 has been added to the lineup as yet. All my friends can relate to the fact that in our minds we're still 17, but our bodies show us reality. Nonetheless, I'd still like to jump on a machine and spend a few hours pushing over a few trees, leveling the ground, or perhaps digging and fine grading around a new pond. At the end of the day, you can see that you actually accomplished something. Well, this is a pretty short story, but I didn't do a whole lot of work there. This is actually the last time I ran a really big machine. So, that's the end of the airport stories, folks. I don't know what's coming next. Maybe something a little more recent. As always, I wish everyone all the best.